we bought into the ethos that the people of Cape Town and the people of South Africa deserved an event. Yeah, my name is Malcolm Domingo, generally known as Billy to my friends. It's my 50th year in show business. And I'm the COO and Festival Director for espAfrika and the Cape Town International Jazz Festival. Yeah, no, I do believe very strongly what Mandela said, it takes a village to raise a child. And my parents was that village when I started, and so was my sisters and people around me. My mom was the first Muslim woman to get a BA from Port Elizabeth. She was going to Fort Hare. She landed up not being able to go to Fort Hare because they didn't have a prayer room. My father was 15, he went to the Navy, came out of there, demobbed because he was too young and became a bricklayer. Me, I went to Livingston, then I went to sea. And then from there I became a carpenter, and from a carpenter I joined KPAB Performing Arts because my mother loved the theatre and I would go and get bribed by my mom to go watch operas and ballets. But you know, we could only watch it in those days on certain days at rehearsals. We were never allowed to go to live performances. But seeing her love and passion for the theatre and being in Rogobaai High and then Vista in town and mixing with the community, and then I got to go on the Rachin District 6 and the minstrels and the Acha Americans, and just that vibe got me going, and I loved the magic of this, and she always steered me. So I started building sets in the late 60s for operas and ballets, and within about 6 months I was approached by the theatre company, which is part of KPAB, and said, would you like to join us on stage? I went on stage and was very submissive. You know, the people knew, okay, that's our room, that's where we eat, whiteys eat that side, we eat this side. When we go on lecture demonstrations to Paternoster, don't say you want to stay in a hotel because we're black and we stay in the back of the van and we save that money. And I suppose I was a bit of a maverick from those days. I refused to do that. I was never going to hide. They wanted me, as a late in my career, to become Portuguese in this country because as a stage manager, I couldn't give a white stage hand instruction. So if I was Portuguese, I could be white. When I did my study on theatre technology, I sat in the back in Stellenbosch University, HBT on theatre in the dark. But the funniest thing, the students used to sit at the bottom knowing I was sitting at the back, and they would say, Billy, did you get that? So just in case the cops came in. Later, to give you who I am, I love motorsport. I didn't have any idea. Armin Levy, who was a very famous motorsport guy, came and saw me. And Wilkinson, we got together and we started. But it was that slum steam. And to me, a slum is a broke down building, so I can understand the slum part. But we went out and we contested every event in South Africa. And we went from the Castrol International, then Ines Marutkev joined us, then Manu Gul joined us. Unfortunately, it was all the Muslim guys coming, but we joined. But where I'm coming from about this, in the festival, all adversity, we shot. Then I went into England and I did some shows around. I was working with lots of bands, and then Curzon approached me and said, I'm opening a place in Babuditswan. I couldn't spell it, I didn't understand it, but I knew it was coming home, so I wanted to come home. That was in '79. By this stage, my motor rally career had been going, everything going, and I was now this person. So I came back and I went to Sun City, into this Babuditswan, and opened up as senior assistant stage manager. Within less than 6 months, I was stage manager. In 1997, after 20 years, I left as entertainment director. And that was a boy who went to sea. We did everything in our university. When they said I couldn't, I showed them I could. I went through, but then my story was, what do I leave when they say write a book and talk about it? That's not what it's about. What do you leave behind? So when Rashid Lombard, my ex-partner, and them came together, and they were together there 2 years before we started jazz. They said, listen, you got the production and producing skills. He's got photography. Alexander Crombie can run him as a judge. Desmond Groot's a revolutionary. It was the worst group of guys, and yet the best. Clarence Ford got together, and all they had a dream that the music of jazz, which is not a black music, but it's a people's music, was going to be incorporated in our lives. And Rashid went to go and see North Sea Jazz, well, I didn't really have much time for, to come out and teach us. What they did was come back and colonize us, because they came back thinking we had bought into a franchise of McDonald's, not knowing that 98% of the people I had worked with, Queen and Elton John and everybody that I had worked with, were people that the North Sea Jazz were dealing with. So the management and the teams that they were doing, I was doing it on par, but after 2 or 3 years, let's fast forward, we were over, they were gone, and we went forward. The idea was not to do a jazz festival, but really to do an event that would be a Cape Town jewel of night on steroids. Because there was no idea that this thing was going to last for 3 years, 5 years, 6, 10 years. We had no idea. The opening night we hid behind a wall, Rashid and I, because we didn't want to see if there was nobody there who was going to be paying the bills. And then the cops came to call me and said, come here. You better control the crowd, the people are queuing around the block. And Rashid and I turned around, we packed up our thing and we had the show and we started. We started with 4,000 people, we're now 38,000 people. We started as being these two boys from the Cape Plateau, with Clint Woodham, to now where they say Cape Town International #1 in African diaspora, wherever we go. We were #4 in the world at one stage. Where I'm going from is, we bought into the ethos that the people of Cape Town and the people of South Africa deserved an event. And me working for Sunset for 20 years and learning about the Miss Worlds and the boxing, how did I take this back and give it back? And this is the way I did. Fast forward again, we go to the free concert. I call it the people concert. My old man always said to me, never again must a child look through a fence at an event, because he cannot afford to attend, do something. And Rashid, all of us, we got together, and then the free concert started. And now we have nearly 15,000 people from Delft, Guguletu, everywhere. So you don't need to be a multi-millionaire. You don't need to be able to afford a ticket of 1,500, whatever the tickets are. All you have to be is a South African or a person at this space and time. And that piece of square meter that you stand in front of the stage is yours. As an African, you need to own that, and we need to respect that. When we do the jazz festival, all the airports are closed, all the flights are gone, and our hotels, nothing is there. We bring in about 651 million over 2 days in the GDP. 3,750 people are employed. About 100 students come in every year, and we train them in both, training and development, and music and copyright, because people steal whatever you write and you go through. These are high schools. And all it boils down to is legacy. What is the legacy you want to leave behind? The legacy is that the next Belis and the next Khalids and the next Iqbals and the next Maliks and are all guys who are actually going and bought into the ethos of what this is about, and then leave something behind. Leave something. So I'm going to leave my section, and the next Bili that's going to come out of this program is going to lead it, and hopefully they are also going to continue on the journey. The Jazz Festival has gone away from being a jazz festival. It's now a lifestyle festival. It's gone. You've got jazz. Jazz has become passé. People say, what's jazz? And then you get into a Hugh Masekela fight, because when you had a couple of pots, it was, what's jazz? So jazz is what you want it to be. I am going, let Cape Town Jazz Festival become a lifestyle festival. We have fashion, we have youth, we have lifestyle, we have everything to offer, not just jazz. We have 5 stages. We have 44 artists of different, from Morocco to Mali to wherever. So to me, it's about an education. It's about music that comes from your continent. Respect it, embrace it, and work with it. And that's what I do. Just open your mind. And that's what I'm asking festival goers to do. Let's go back to 12 years ago. We hit a wall, because we weren't that good as businessmen. We were producers and, smart. So we ran into a bit of trouble. And Dr. Survey came in and he said, listen, I like the brand. He knew Rashid more than me. And he said, I don't think it should die. I think it's a brand that should go and grow. And just that endorsement, 12 years on, we've managed to sustain. And when people speak about Erykah Badu and Jill Scott and Earth, Wind and Fire and all these things, and it's sold out for 4 years and copious amount of money, realize that people's decisions impact your life. My mom's decision for me to go into theatre impacted my life. Iqbal and Khalid's decision to endorse us as part of this group has made this happen. When times were financially bad because of the climate thing, never once did they ever come to me and say, oh, listen, we've got to cut this, we've got to do that. The first thing they said, you've got a brand, this is the brand we bought into, we'll maintain it. And it's very difficult in all phases of adversity for somebody to go around and stay in this negative zone. If there is things going wrong and there's a free concert on the thing, people will go because they will embrace the music and just escapism. And that's what this festival is about, it's a form of escapism. So I'm going to try and just give you snippets of it, because fast forward that with the help of Sekunjalo and then AEI, we've managed not only to survive, we've managed to find sponsors, we've managed to get all these students trained, we've managed to maintain this as the #1 in African diaspora, and we've managed to maintain this learning platform for generations to come. So when you hear people saying, oh, this sponsors that sponsors that, you shouldn't be doing that. No, don't be disingenuous. Without those sponsors and without the message that they're trying, you're not going to be anything. So when Khalid comes in here, he comes in here not only as the group CEO, he also comes in here as a human being who grew up on the Cape Flats, who understands us, because this is a real, with Iqbal, this is a real team that work here. And he can go to Haji and say, Haji, you can have some food, no. You can do Kannada, you can do everything. Because he's known, he doesn't come in here with that force of, I am, therefore you are. And when he leaves, people listen to him because his management skill is incredible. And I even though I'm 68 years old, I learn a lot from people. So he's my academic financial guy, I'm his creative guy, and together we have a formidable team with the team down here. So park that right now. I think that if you look at the way forward, I hope that when I retire, somebody would have come through the ranks. It is the lifeblood, it is the gospel according to jazz. It is the ultimate. Without transformation, you are dead. But there's another word, tokenism. Transformation and tokenism. People are putting positions in a token thing. I am therefore entitlement. That transformation is going to die. Because these token people are going to use this as a springboard to go somewhere else. And the people who try to transfer, who try to develop the product that you've established, are going to die. There's no, it's a no-brainer. Remember, my dad used to say, ignorant people are arrogant, and arrogant people are ignorant. There are no grey areas there. So when an arrogant person, we speak about the cars, anyone drives a Ferrari, and I come with my little mini miner, I'm still going to chop you, because what I put into the mini miner will outstrip your car. So just remember where I'm going in the sense of transformation. Identify people, when they're mistakes, lift them up. Develop them in the fields that you feel that they excel in. Don't put them into fields because they should get a concept of everything. No, first get them to do what you feel is their strength. And once they're strong enough, they can wonder, they can explore, but allow them to first find focus. I did many things in my life until I found theatre, and I found stage management, and I found stage productions, and now I'm a producer. All those were steps, but it led through that. I know enough about sound, enough about lights, enough about cameras, not to make me any one of those guys. But I'll walk on that stage and I'll say that's a 5K ring, and I don't like that. And that Congo blue makes black people look grey, and that's wrong. I've got enough knowledge, so it's not about control, but in a way it is. And that's who I am, because I'm a leader, I hope. Because when I say I'm a leader, I better walk the walk, because I've got a lot of people who are following me.